Hello, welcome back to Wordsworth Model Railway. My name's Mike. It's been a long time since I've actually done a video. As can be seen, I've now got the workstation where all the card kits and all the building for Wordsworth actually takes place. I've cleared the space and reclaimed it after everything from downstairs during the refurb got thrown into the loft, meaning I had no access up here at all. So I'm ready to start building kits once again, which is good because I'm going to need these kits because the new build of Wordsworth will be starting from now. So before I take you to the layout, let's show you some new equipment that we've got here at Wordsworth, because I want this version of Wordsworth to differ slightly to the old version, because I want to do a lot of weathering. So I tried weathering powders before and got good results, but I see whilst I watch YouTube a lot of people are using airbrushes, and I've used an airbrush in the past. I've done a couple of kits in the past doing a basic airbrush, and I'm quite happy with the outcome, so I'm going to try to do a little bit better with Wordsworth using airbrushes this time. So the first new addition to the toolkit, got it underneath the bench at the moment. It's a new compressor. My old compressor was just exactly that, it was a compressor. This one's got a small air tank. I think it's a 3 litre air tank. I've gave it a quick test and I'm impressed with how it performs. So to go with the compressor, we've got a spray booth with a turntable. I had a very basic airbrush which does a very good job, but I noticed Amazon had this kit available, so I thought, why not, let's have that. So we've got a good airbrush according to the read-ups I've done on this one, and it came free with set of paints, so I'm ready to go, so to speak. Also got cleaning bottle and the turntable that I've had for a long time, so I'm ready to go with this airbrush. So let's take you over to the layout now. This is what's left. It's all gone. The track's up. I've salvaged some of the cork where I can. All the back scenes have gone, so I need new back scenes. I'm going to try and keep the coaling ramp. I just need to play with the track as it comes down and see how I can get it to join back onto the main line. But we'll see how we go. I'm hoping the turntable will remain here. I'm going to have to remove the first 2 sections of track, because obviously the main line, when it comes off Wordsworth, will come down here and come by my workstation down to phase 2, but that's a year or two down the line, shall we say. So hopefully from the turntable there'll be a single road engine shed this side. I'll get a new back scene put in down here which will run all the way up. There'll be a double road engine shed there. This is where all the steam engines will be stored. I've decided to keep the Wordsworth bonded warehouse, but I've moved it right down into the corner because once again that was going to be another dead space down there. So I'll have a fair bit of shunting of wagons I can do up and down there. I'll just bob into the centre and I'll show you around where I hope to start. Okay, I'm in the centre well now. So we're the other side of the turntable. Like I said, hopefully we'll have a double road engine shed here. New back scene will go in. We've got the first side panel for a 3-lane engine shed. It's not going to go there, I've just put it there out of the way because I was working down on the section of the baseboard where that will go. That's going to form the new diesel engine shed, because Wordsworth this time will have a lot more diesels involved in its operation. I'll bring you around the apex support. That's where the bonded warehouse will go, so I've got the tracks to extend underneath there. As I bring you around, finally got everything I ordered from Hatton's today. I've got the cork underlay, 2 packs of flexi track, medium ballast, rail joints, rail cleaning rubbers. I've gone for Pico streamline points, so hopefully things will be a bit smoother on the main line. I had to cut back on my order due to the price. Never realised how much track had actually gone up. I mean, it's over 8 years since I started Wordsworth, the old version, so I've salvaged some Hornby points, the best ones out of the bunch. I'm going to have to use these back on the layout. Not happy about it, but I needed to save money and that was the only way I could do it. So this is where the work will start. I hope to do it in a logical format this time. By that I mean the back scene, cork base down, then I can get the first platform in, then I can get the first line of track in, then the second platform, then the second row of track, then the next platform, then the next track, and then start the goods entrance. So I'm working from the wall forward. In my haste to get the old layout up and running, I sort of went hit and miss from the back to the front, from the front to the back, and when you've got to get into the corners like here, it meant leaning over everything, lying on the layout, and if you've got stuff in the way, it's not ideal. So hopefully I'll be a little bit more methodical in my build and I won't fall into that trap again. But you can never tell when you build a model railway, because you get carried away in the heat of the moment. So like I said, this is where the station's going. I'm going to nip downstairs now. I've measured up, I know the length of the back scene, it's 3.3 metres. I want it 2 A4 sheets high, so I need to get busy designing my back scene. Then I can get this cork laid and then we can get cracking. So I hope I can get the back seam complete today, and then tomorrow get it printed off, get it on the back wall mounted on 2mm card, and then I can get the cork underlay put onto the baseboard. Gives me a nice smooth surface to start with again, and we're off. What I'll do is I'll just take you around here, because the other change I've had to make, got all the tools on it at the moment. This is where Helm's Bridge used to be. It was 120mm lower than the surrounding baseboards, obviously because it had the canal seam and the canal basin and the bridges. This is now going to be the goods shed area, so I've had to lift the baseboard up, and believe me, when I built the baseboard I didn't intend for it to come apart. It was a day and a half getting this section out, removed and rebuilt, but it's nice, it's level again, and we're ready to go. And then just before we sign off, this is where the main Wordsworth engine shed will be. This is where all the diesels are going to be stored here. I know the coaling ramp's out of place for the diesels, but like I says, I want to save something of the old layout, and I hope I can do that. The main line, until I actually get onto phase 2, will complete a circuit just in front of this coaling ramp, so I can run trains in a loop until I start phase 2, which will involve taking 2 lines down the left hand side of the loft, and we'll come round. 2 lines will shoot between the apex support and the turntable down the right hand side of the loft, and we'll go down to the far section of the loft. At the moment there is so many storage boxes down there. All that is actually from under the layout. So once I've finished all the wiring and the points, I can get that lot back, and then I can start building a brand new baseboard down there. It'll be 3.3 meters wide by around about 1.8 meters in depth. So it'll actually come up to where the workbench finishes, so I'll be surrounded by a layout. I've got a new idea for down there, phase 2. It was going to be a full extension of the DCC layout, but whilst I'm clearing out, I must have 40 DC locomotives that's not worth converting to DCC. So I've got a plan where I want to have a DC layout, so I can run the old stock down there, and then on the far wall I'll have the 2 main lines for the DC layout and the 2 lines for the DCC layout, so there'll be 4 lines running down the back wall. Should look pretty interesting once I get it up and running. Well, that's the plan. Whether we stick to it, we all know what we're like when we're building layouts. Things evolve as we go, but I hope you'll come back and visit me as I carry on this build. It'll be like a video log, so you can watch the progress. Anyone new to modelling will be able to see how you might be able to tackle building your own layout. Believe me, I'm not saying how I build is the correct way. What I'm saying is, this is how I build my layout. So until the next video, happy modelling, and I'll catch you all later.